BlackRock really is the opposite of Donald Trump in so many ways. You're authoritarian, you're anti-populist, you're top-down. Are you going to change it all in light of the U.S. presidency? How is Donald Trump, have you talked to Donald Trump since he was elected? Is the World Economic Forum a counterpoint to Donald Trump? Why are you running away from simple questions? Just answer a question. Have you talked to President Trump yet? Why are your bodyguards pushing away journalists, Mr. Fink?
They're simple questions. Is it that hard to answer a question that you need bodyguards and to swerve through traffic? Is the next 4 years going to be bad for business with Donald Trump in charge? Is peace the last thing you want on this world?
Avi, it hasn't yet been a full day since you and I had a walk and talk with Larry Fink, the big boss of BlackRock, but already our video has been seen about 5 million times on Twitter alone.
It's incredible because I think a lot of people are waking up to who and what BlackRock really is, and I guess it's everything that's represented at the WEF.
Yeah, you know what's funny is people on the left and the right have in common a distaste for BlackRock, and I think it reminded me a little bit of when you and I had a walk and talk with Albert Bourla, the CEO of Pfizer. Here's a reminder of what that was like.
Mr. Bourla, can I ask you, when did you know that the vaccines didn't stop transmission? How long did you know that without saying it publicly?
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Answer that question. I mean, we now know that the vaccines didn't stop transmission, but why did you keep it secret? You said it was 100% effective, then 90%, then 80%, then 70%. But we now know that the vaccines do not stop transmission. Why did you keep that secret?
Have a nice day.
I won't have a nice day until I know the answer. Why did you keep it a secret that your vaccine did not stop transmission?
Is it time to apologise to the world, sir? To give refunds back to the countries that poured all their money into your vaccine that doesn't work, your ineffective vaccine?
Yeah, you have a little bit around.
Are you not ashamed of what you've done in the last couple of years?
Do you have any apologies to the public, sir?
I think one of the reasons that video did so well is that everyone knew Albert Bourla and they knew he was getting up to no good, but he had never submitted himself to unscripted, unvetted questions. Same thing with Larry Fink of BlackRock. Everyone has sort of heard of him or BlackRock and they know he's up to no good, but he never puts himself in a position to answer questions he basically didn't approve in advance. I think that's why our video yesterday did so well.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people concerned for our welfare, so we thought if we may as well double down. We're this far in deep, so we'll come out here and we'll follow up because there is some interesting things we didn't get to ask him in that time, probably because there's a lot going on and to remember everything surrounding, especially when you're getting pushed around by bodyguards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you and I sometimes wait for more than an hour for a VVIP, and so we only have a matter of moments to jump in and start asking questions, and it takes a little while to get the noggin jogging. But you alluded to a weird thing when we were walking, and the bodyguards were pushing us a bit, and Larry Fink didn't have anything to say, and he did something very strange. He took out his personal cell phone, and he took snapshots of our faces, me and you and one of our cameramen here. Just take a quick peek at what that looked like.
Is peace the last thing you want on this world?
Which makes more money for you, war in Ukraine or peace in Ukraine? Ezra Levant's my name, Mr. Fink.
Did you just take a photo of you?
Am I supposed to be scared? Is that a threat, Mr. Fink?
Why do you think you deserve so much power? Hey, Avi Yemini, should I be scared now?
And I think that was meant to intimidate us in some way, although it's weird because we were going to put the whole video online. We weren't obscuring our...
Yeah. Larry Fink, because he knows the kind of fear he instills.
Well, that's the thing. And normally I'd say, what an idiot, what a blowhard, come and get me. We're doing public interest journalism on a public street, asking questions of public interest, public policy, like we were doing absolutely legitimate legal journalism, and he's just a coward. But when you manage $11 trillion, you've got a lot of power. I mean, he's got these personal thugs, so we show he's not shy about shoving people around. And it was only afterwards that a friend reminded me, and this is what's so insane, and this is why I am 1% worried about Larry Fink. You know the man who tried to assassinate Donald Trump? The guy who came within an inch of murdering the president when he shot? His name was Thomas Matthew Crooks. And he appeared in a BlackRock promotional video. And we never got to the bottom of that. We never found out more about who was this guy. And if BlackRock has within its larger family assassins about whom there is no trace, it's got a bit of an MK Ultra vibe to it. Like, BlackRock is so big and so powerful and involved in such like world-changing events. They both provide the weapons in wars, and then they get the contracts to rebuild the countries after those wars. These are violent people. So when Larry Fink takes our pictures, and we know that Larry Fink had an actual attempted assassin in the larger BlackRock family, maybe he's going to give that photo of us to their little MK Ultra team.
And I know yesterday we were joking around that we have no suicidal thoughts, but it's true.
Yeah.
And it's on the record now for everyone to see because, like I said, there is 1% fear. I think that this would be a bit too crazy for him to do. But you don't know the lengths in which he'll go, even out of sheer embarrassment of his own behaviour yesterday being publicised so far. So there is a few. I don't know how it could play out. Don't know what he could do. I do know we really upset him.
Yeah. I don't think that he's been subjected to scrutiny from the peasants maybe in 20 years. And he thinks he rules this town. And he thinks that only his people are allowed here. Well, he made the mistake of stepping out of the high security perimeter. The drawbridge came down. He walked across the moat with the peasants, and he heard a little bit from the peasants. That's why the video's gone viral. The questions that you and I asked him were questions that 1 million people have wanted to ask, but simply he wasn't allowed to. I hope that he was just trying to intimidate us with those pictures, but Thomas Matthew Crooks, who was in a BlackRock corporate video, tried to murder the President of the United States. If you're willing to assassinate the President of the United States, you'd think nothing of harming a couple of citizen journalists.
Totally. But that's not going to stop us. WEFreports.com. All our videos all week. In fact, I think we're getting so much content, we're going to have enough to go past the actual week here on the ground. So make sure to go there, bookmark, and if you support our mission here and you support the fact that we're willing to talk and challenge even Larry Fink, even as he threatens us, ship in a couple dollars to help us cover the cost of just getting here, because it has been a super expensive project. But I think it's worth it. We don't have $11 trillion to manage here. So
I manage $11. Larry Fink manages $11 trillion. I manage 11. You know, it is true. We've got 3 reporters here, myself, Avi, and Sheila Gunn-Reid. Avi and cameraman Benji came all the way from Melbourne. They flew economy class, but that's still more than $1,000 per flight. If you can chip in to help us crowdfund this thing, go to WEFreports.com and come back, because we've got so much more for you in the days ahead.